I kind of wonder what people watch this and they don't have any knowledge for Dragon Ball Z of what I'm talking about. Cell is a very strong character that was kind of, it's really hard to explain. He's like a parasitic character where if he devours certain other characters, it makes him closer to being perfect, basically. And by being perfect, he gets really, really strong. I feel like that's a very poor description of what he is. And I'm pretty sure what people know who Frieza is. He's like the evil overlord of the galaxy, and he was the strongest at the time. Which, like, I know me saying that, people will be like, okay, like they get the gist of it, but it's not fully there, because saying it out loud, I'm all like, I don't think that description works either. So maybe I just don't know how to do descriptions. What is up, XXxScarKnightxXx, bringing you a brand new Fortnite video, and yeah, that's always so satisfying. Yeah, I just blew up that truck for no reason. Well, I mean, just to refill this, but don't get me wrong, this isn't the actual part of the video. As you can see, this is sped up and everything because I just wanted to show just a little bit of what I went through, because I did something a tiny bit different. And that is doing it live, but not really, still having post commentary. So I just wanted to get your feedback on this, and this whole fast forward bit is just because I kept up with like the two henchmen in the car and all that. And the next bit that you will see is me Kamehameha-ing this shark, because this dude was like, you know, jet skiing on it or whatnot. I'm not really sure what's the right term for that, but I thought it was pretty cool nonetheless. Because yeah, I did like, I want to say a dozen games, and like a dozen meaning 12, like less than a dozen I would say, that I had pretty good games, and eventually I just kept being like this bloodthirsty person that kept going to Greasy Grove. So yeah, I'll put that as an unlisted video because it added up a lot of time, and I didn't want to put in this video in particular, but nonetheless, this is the real game right here. So I just wanted to show off just a tiny bit of a taste on like the little secret video, because there's more than of the secret videos than you think that I put as unlisted. You just have to pay attention to the outro and whatnot. But throughout all those games that I hadn't went to this place, and I really should have, and that's like one of the main factors that I pick this one out of all things. And that's because in this season, which is I think chapter 3 season 5 or 4, I always get my seasons mixed up, but I went to Kame's house, more specifically Master Roshi's house. I don't know if you ever watched Dragon Ball Z, but I sure have as a kid. And let me tell you, I was powering up like a motherfucker in the living room, and yeah, it was the best thing. And I talked to Bulma and you know, paying for an energy blast. Yeah, but usually when I'm playing and I'm talking to online friends, like I never say Kamehameha, because that's a lot to say. It's like, oh, I found a Kamehameha. I'm like, okay, do you want the Kamehameha or the Nimbus Cloud? So I just say energy blast just to say that. But here's the difference here. Like, you might see different angles and like the same perspective and all that. But here's the live view. I just wanted to see if you guys would prefer this or whatnot, because you can see my health and the map and all my weapons and all that. Because like for the other videos, you would just see the replay, but you wouldn't tell exactly how much shield or any of the stuff, like the specifics that I had. So there's that aspect of it. I don't know, like every Fortnite video, I tried something a little bit new. It's like whether the perspective of the enemy or like different angles because of the drone following and all that. And like, you know, taking that away, just seeing what works and what doesn't. Because I do like the change of the angles, because I think it would be kind of boring as having a first person view the whole time, unless it's like live. I'll probably do a live one, like a totally live video at some point. I was debating on a lot of stuff. I was debating on like whether I should, you know, wait for a new season and start off and try to get my first victory royale and seeing how that goes. You know, the whole reason that did live on the imposters, even though I did like cut out some of the games because some of the games were kind of bullshit and boring or whatnot. But it's really different with the battle royales because a lot of stuff could go wrong, and I don't think it'd be the most entertaining thing in the world where like, oh, the first game I get 82nd place, the second game I get 14th place. It's like, unless there's something noteworthy, then I would do it. But that's the dilemma here. And I was thinking about the whole reason I had live footage and then I did like less than a dozen battle royales at this point. It's because I was thinking of like bringing some Dragon Ball character, and I ended up getting all of them. I got Goku, Vegeta, Bulma, and Beerus, which I think a long time ago, not really a long time ago, but like before it was announced, I have seen leaks that was showing that Goku, Vegeta, and Beerus, and they were saying like one more female character, and the last person I expected was Bulma, but people have been saying Bulma, and I was like, you sure? Like, I feel like Khalifa or Khalifa, however you say her name. I'm not used to saying her name, but I thought the Broly girl was gonna show up because like she was getting a bit up there in popularity and whatnot. So I was a bit shocked to see Bulma because she doesn't like fight at all. Like, she would hit people only because like it's just kind of like the stereotypical thing. And this is what I wanted to show, this part that like Goku runs up and then the beach ball just appears. I always thought that was interesting in a different angle, but yeah. I don't know why that is. Like, Fortnite kind of spawns in. It's like, oh, you're interacting with this. Okay, let's just put it in now, because they weren't really sure, especially in the replay. But yeah, no, I don't know. Bulma, like they put her in the game, and I don't fully understand why, but I was really close on like picking either Vegeta or Bulma, and was gonna have like the video go like, oh, Bulma could do Kamehameha, or you know, something along those lines. And Vegeta is one of my favorite characters, if not the favorite character of mine, because yeah, like I said, I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z when I was younger, and it was pretty great. I loved every little bit of it. My first interaction with like watching all the Dragon Ball Z stuff, like I had a next door neighbor. It was this lady and her son, and her son is the kind of what got me into Dragon Ball. Like, I remember visiting them, and I had mentioned a little bit of this before in a different Let's Play, because he's the same guy that oh, look at this guy right here. I sniped and I missed, but that's okay. Anyway, so he's the first guy that I've seen play Super Mario 64, and that's what really got me into it, and I'm pretty sure that's what gave my parents the idea of getting me that console, because I've seen a little bit of gameplay. I don't even know what level he was at, to be honest, and like I said, with shooting people and all that, you're gonna see replays from a different angle, so just keep that in mind. I didn't put any enemies perspective because I don't know, I'm still kind of experimenting, if you couldn't tell, so there's that. But there's this guy, and the last he sees is nothing but energy blasts and bush, but maybe spoke too soon, maybe spoiled it like a half second too soon, but whatever. There's an angle of that guy right there, because he kind of saw from the first initial view that I just got kind of shocked that someone was shooting me, and then I turned around. So I just wanted to have a different angle, that the person was sneaking up past the tree and all that. But Super Saiyan Blue, and I really love like Super Saiyan Blue related stuff with like Goku and Vegeta and stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, the neighbor not only did the Super Mario 64, but yeah, he got me into Dragon Ball Z, because I think it was the episode when Goku was training in the ship heading for Planet Namek that like Goku was doing this kip up, which if you don't know what a kip up is, it's basically when you're on the ground and then you kind of spring up with your hands and like bend your legs kind of upward, and then you land on your feet as you jump or whatever. And the son, I'll just call him Ernie or something. That's not his real name, but Ernie was practicing kip ups. I feel like I'll just keep the name Ernie. I was like, I don't know if I want to name him Ernie, but whatnot. But yeah, there's a capsule in the sky, and I noticed it, so that's why I'm like looking around, because it's like heading to my direction. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I could use this. So that's what it was all about. You know, I noticed that he's carrying the power pole, and like, I know that's a Dragon Ball thing, but it's not really a Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super thing anymore. He doesn't really need the power pole. But you know, nonetheless, like, that's how close it landed, and that's what happens when it crashes. It just kind of, I don't know what the right word is. It just kind of gets placed very firmly there. But yeah, he was practicing the kip ups and all that, and I can't do a kip up to save my life. I wish I could, but for some reason, like, I don't know, me and jumping just doesn't see eye to eye. But yeah, I do remember that very vividly on that episode with him training in there, and because like inside the spaceship there's like a gravity room, and that's really what it's all about. Like, the weight of a lot of like quite literally the weight of it all, especially when he gets trained by Master Roshi. He wears the turtle shell, is all that weight, and then he trains with it. Once he takes it off, he's like light as a feather. It's like that type of logic. So that's the whole concept with the gravity room, is because all that gravity forces you down so you can't jump, and then you get really used to it. Once you turn the gravity off, then you get much better. So if you're very agile in this gravity room, that really shows how well you cope with this weight, because it really builds a lot of your combat with that. I'm saying it like if people do it in real life, to a degree they do, but not to this, not to that level. But yeah, like eventually, I think around that time, when we had like a different cable service, eventually I watched Dragon Ball Z 2, and I think it was at the end when Goku and Frieza was fighting, or somewhere around that, because I remember watching the Android saga once it was new, and I was pretty hyped for that, and I've been a Dragon Ball Z fan ever since. So I think it was really cool for sure. Watch 1 or 2 episodes of Dragon Ball GT. I tried to catch up on Dragon Ball Super. I stopped watching around when he was fighting Basil, so that kind of shows why I don't know how to pronounce Khalifa or Caulifla. So there's that. There was this giant video that I watched of the entirety of the tournament, so I honestly probably should have known the name. But that's kind of my knowledge on Dragon Ball Super. I was eventually going to watch it again once I had the chance. So once I'm not as busy, because, you know, I've been pretty damn busy lately. So there's that, just to point it out there. For anybody watching in the future, just know, because just quite recently I haven't been posting as much as often as I should, because I'm very behind in multiple things. It's part of the reason is because I'm very busy recently. So couple pull-ups back on the little stand thing, and there's another beach ball. I don't remember, I don't think I hit it, but yeah, here's a good view of the capsule falling downward. Yeah, but I think 4th grade and 5th grade for me, like I remember wearing Dragon Ball Z backpacks. I had a Goku backpack, and I really loved my 5th grade backpack, which was like Super Saiyan Vegeta, and I thought it was so dope. Vegeta doesn't get enough love. Like, I honestly think so. I mean, he has a really big fan base, don't get me wrong. It's just like, I feel like he deserves more specifically anime-wise. Like, he needs to have more wins under his belt, the more dynamic wins, I would say. Because he's been responsible for wins. Like, he's the reason why Cell got hurt, and then Gohan was able to do the super Kamehameha, or the super energy blast. I said I didn't say it like that. But that's not dynamic enough, because really the highlight of it all was Gohan getting that win, if you know what I mean. Even though it's because of Vegeta, but it's also because of Vegeta that Cell became perfect Cell to begin with. But yeah, if people, I kind of wonder what people watch this and they don't have any knowledge with Dragon Ball Z of what I'm talking about. Cell is a very strong character that was kind of, it's really hard to explain. He's like a parasitic character where if he devours certain other characters, it makes him closer to being perfect, basically. And by being perfect, he gets really, really strong. I feel like that's a very poor description of what he is. And I'm pretty sure what people know who Frieza is. He's like the evil overlord of the galaxy, and he was the strongest at the time. Which, like, I know me saying that, people will be like, okay, like, they get the gist of it, but it's not fully there, because saying it out loud, I'm all like, I don't think that description works either. So maybe I just don't know how to do descriptions. Either way, there's not that many people left. I think it says 5 or 3, I can't really see. I probably should zoom in a bit more, because I don't have the video full screen. But nonetheless, I think it says 5. Nonetheless, I'm like trying to scout for people, because like I usually, if you don't know already, you haven't seen the Fortnite video, the way I play, I kind of do based on like where more people will likely go. Like for example, if Tilted Towers, like here, like Reality Trees to the west, right? And this is a replay, by the way, just in case you're like, what the hell? But yeah, the Reality Tree is to the west. Not many people go there. Like, people do go there because they like, you know, going for their plan or whatnot. But more people would be coming from the east, because people love landing at Tilted Towers. That's what I mean. So you might not want to go to the east side of the circle. That's just where people will more likely go. Even though you see me heading that direction right now, but only because I was getting shot by literally 2 people that I was gonna go over here, because I was getting hit by north and then east, so I just thought flying further would help me with that. So here's a different angle, a better angle, so you can see both of the shots incoming. Well, no, never mind. This is the first person perspective. The live version of it, and I had full shield and whatnot. Well, not anymore. He shot me, but nonetheless. So yeah, there's 4 people left now, I think, with the 2 people shooting each other. The one guy that did hit me is the one that was following me all the way further, and I remember seeing this in the replay, and I really should have put that other angle, but that's him right there. He's the one that tagged me, and so I did an energy blast on him. He almost killed me. Yeah, I think if he would have kept shooting, he definitely would have. And I'm glad he didn't, because then we wouldn't be here right now or whatnot. But yeah, and here's the second person that shot me. So here's another Kamehameha. Yeah! And he escaped with the Nimbus cloud. I understand the whole Nimbus cloud thing, but like at this point, like Goku could literally fly and teleport. But like for Fortnite, I totally get it, like why he did that. But I'm here desperately looking for heals, so I just gotta use like the minis and all that. I hear the treasure box on the rock, I break that down, and after that, like, yeah, I just need to find scraps at this point. Like if there was a boar or a wolf, I'd be like killing that just to get the health. But I can't climb this, I'm not sure why, but as I'm doing this, the other character's doing a super energy blast, Super energy blast. But yeah, I haven't even drank the big pot, but I had to drop my assault rifle, I think it was, and drink my big pot all the way. Oh, I dropped my energy blast. That's what it was. I thought I dropped my assault rifle. I mean, it's not that I have one either way, but yeah, I had no choice. I'm all like, I had to drop this for the big pot because it's very important that I drink this. Nonetheless, this is the non-live feed footage because this is the action replay, but in my perspective. But yeah, I kind of see some fresh builds at the far other side. Meanwhile, I wanted to get the Kamehameha back, the energy blast back. This is why I say energy blast, is because I say the Kamehameha and it feels wrong. And yeah, for some reason in this replay, it doesn't really show it all the way good. It shows better my first person perspective, but I figured that you would see this angle, so you'll see a replay in a little bit. But absolutely killed them right there. But yeah, here's a better view, kind of. I don't know if it would be a better view, but I figured I showed both angles nonetheless. And honestly, if the other guy had just shot me from where I was, I would have probably died. Not the guy that I ended up doing that on, because he was behind the walls and all and whatnot. But I am Ultra Instinct now. And then there's one more person, is 1v1. So yeah, there's a particular reason why I wanted to show this off, because I was really close on showing the other ones. It's because I wanted to end it off with a good old Kamehameha. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to click on the secret video at the outro thingy. So yeah, be sure to subscribe. White Tigers to Dragons to you, and you've been scarred by the night. I'm out.